very good evening to everyone joining us for this evening's talk show. Now, the topic that we have is something that is very relatable to myself. And for those of you joining us, I'm sure you're probably parents of teenagers or soon-to-be teenagers as well. But before we actually move on, I want to thank all of you for joining in and making sure that you do have your phones nearby, because it's going to be very helpful for what we have in store for you today as we discuss about the right nutrition for teens the easy way. Now, this is how we fuel your teens' final growth spurt, a part of their lives that many of us don't consider very much after they have gone past the very cute stage, right? We do have to thank the Asian parent as well as Abbott for making tonight's talk show very possible. And before we move on, all right, I just want to introduce myself. For those of you meeting me for the first time, I'm Dawn. I'm actually a mother of 4. I do have 4 daughters aged between 5 and 15, out of which 2 of them are teenagers. So when it comes to teenage nutrition, I have to say I still have a lot to learn. But you know, some of the key numbers that we want to think about are really during this adolescent stage, which is very important. Actually, about 15 to 20% of their adult weight is established during this stage, and 40 to 50% of their adult weight is gained during this stage as well. And lastly, 45% of the adult bone mass is gained between the ages of 10 to 15. So a lot to consider when you are pondering about what to feed them. It's not just what's convenient, it's what they need, right? So we do have an expert who's going to share more with you about how we can make all these nutritional the decisions a lot easier and more tasteful as well. All right, so we do want to also just point out that the thoughts or opinions from myself and our experts today are not representative of Abbott. All right, Abbott Singapore. And we also want to hear what you guys have to say, all right? So, you know, this quiz that we have here is something that we want to hear about from you guys' thoughts. But you know, before we move on to that little quiz, all right, I want to share with you guys the experts that we have, as well as a very familiar face that many of you have probably seen before as well. So here with me tonight is Yashna Harjani, who is a nutritionist, a nutrition consultant and expert in nutrition science.
Hi everyone, I'm Yashna Harjani, a nutrition consultant, and I'm very happy to be here with you guys today.
We also have with us presenter and host Diana Sir.
Hello everyone. I'm super excited and happy to be here today. I have 3 kids. My eldest is with me today. He's 15, and have 2 girls. They are 13 and 10 years old.
And we also have Diana's teenage son, 15-year-old Jake Lai.
Hi guys, I'm so happy to be here.
All right, thank you guys. All right, we're going to hear from them a lot more in a while. Okay, so before we start, okay, let me give you all a little glance about, you know, the topics that we have to discuss together today, right? So first off, we do have a quiz with Diana and Jake. We want to know how well she actually knows Jake's diet. And then we'll move on to teen nutrition survey insights and tips that are taken by Abbott. And we have a snack review and swap with Yashna. So that's when you guys actually want to be, you know, if you can write fast, paper and pen. Otherwise, your phone's by the side by now, okay, because we do have a lot to share today, yeah? And then we'll also have a Q&A section at the end. So do make sure that you have your questions, burning questions, all typed out in the chat box that comes up, and we'll pick a few of them to answer at the end. We'll have our experts to take on these answers as well, all right? So we're going to actually now kick it off with a quiz with Diana and Jake to assess how much she knows about her son's diet and nutrition, okay? So yeah, that's why they have their drawing blocks and their markers at the ready. And you know what? We also want you guys to have some to have a little say about who the winner will be at the end of this quiz as well, all right? So yeah, so interactive quizzes will be up. Yashna is going to be sharing some tips, and that's where you also want your pen and paper at the ready. So having a mobile phone might not be very helpful at that time, okay? Now, there's also a giveaway that will happen, okay? So do stay tuned till the very end, because the winners are going to be announced at the end also, all right? So what are you going to win? All right, there's going to be an amazing Abbott hamper, actually 4 of them because there are 4 winners, okay? So 4 hampers from Abbott worth $140 are going to go to 4 of you lucky winners. So do make sure that you pay close attention to what we're going to be sharing this evening, all right? And like I said, winners will be announced at the end, so do stay tuned and get your friends to join in as well, so you have more people on your side to be winning these exciting prizes. Okay, so let's start out with this quiz now. All right, I've been waiting for the answer to write. Okay, so you might be wondering why Diana and Jake are armed with these markers and papers, right? Because they're going to be writing their own answers. Okay, what they think about Jake's diet and nutrition. Okay, so let's see if mom and son actually agree on that same answer. So in this little challenge, they're going to be answering 3 questions about Jake's diet, and they're going to be writing their answer on that paper. Let's see if it's the same. But before we do kick off, all right, we want to know what you guys think. Who's going to win? Okay, who's going to get the most number of answers right? Okay, so just let us know. Okay, whether you think Team Diana or Team Jake is gonna get more points. Okay, so I will actually say I'm on Diana's team.
Wait, hang on a second. What's at stake here?
What does it say? Okay, wait. The winner. Okay, well, there's us saying who's gonna win, and then there's also the actual winner in this quiz, right? So Diana and Jake, right? Whoever comes out as the loser is gonna have a little bit of a punishment, right? Okay, so well, what do you think, Diana? Do you think you're gonna win or Jake?
I'll defer to my son. What do you think?
I think I know myself better than you do.
I hope so. Okay, so if I win, what's going to happen? Okay, wait. If I win, you will have to, let's see, he likes to sleep in. So maybe you will have to wake up early during the school holidays and make breakfast for me.
No. I only sleep in when I sleep late on certain days.
Okay.
I don't.
What happens if you win? What do you want? If you win.
I want to pick dinner every day for the rest of the week, and you can't say no.
That sounds like a lot at stake.
That sounds like a lot at stake.
I think, but actually, my teenagers are also like Jake. They don't really like to wake up early to make breakfast. Okay, so yeah, I think that's quite a big punishment also. Yeah. But firstly, Jake, do you cook?
No.
No. Mom cooks the most in the household?
Yeah. I rather leave all the cooking to her.
But I'm going to teach you how to cook today.
Yeah.
So you better be ready to cook with me.
Cool.
Well, it really sounds like we have a very confident duo right here. So yeah, let us know again who you think is going to be the winner for this little quiz that we have. Again, 3 questions only. So it's like 2 out of 3 that makes you the winner already. So you can only pick one winner. Don't go on both sides. Okay, you can't sit on the fence, right? So should we get this started? Yep. You guys ready? Okay. So first question now. What is Jake's first choice when he's eating out with his friends? First choice when you eat out with your friends. What would you go for? No peeking.
You done? I'm not looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wrong already because he's still writing.
It's very long answer.
Okay, ready?
Sounds
wait.
complicated. Okay. Yeah, so burger and fries, fast food. Why am I not surprised? Well, Diana, what did you think he was gonna? You thought he was gonna go for ramen?
Actually, I was pretty confident that you were going to write ramen.
There's a lot of things you don't know.
Oh.
Convenience food, yeah. So now you know why he's gonna use the money that he goes out to eat with his friends with. I think next time maybe take a picture. What are you eating when you're out with your friends?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So Yashna, from a nutrition consultant's point of view, what do you think?
Fast food meals are generally fat-laden. And while they do provide some protein, one of the biggest challenges with fast food is that it actually overall provides a lot of minimal nutrition because it doesn't include whole grains, fruit, vegetables, and even dairy. So that, as a mom, one of the options that you could consider is to actually recommend a healthier choice at the meal. For example, French fries can be replaced with maybe mashed potatoes or corn on the cob. And the other option you could consider is just let him have the burger and fries, but you then have to provide a healthy, low-fat next meal that is rich in whole grains, fruit, vegetables, and maybe even dairy, and a small portion of meat. Sounds easy, doesn't it?
It doesn't sound easy, but I'm curious. You know, Ms. Yashna mentioned option 1 and option 2. Which would you rather?
I think the second one, because enjoy now, suffer later.
I like that answer. Well, actually, it's a good answer, right? But you know what? The fact is, Abbott actually did a survey on 300 moms and 150 teens, right? And nutrition quality really is not a priority for our teens at all, okay? In fact, more than 70% of teenagers do not consume the daily recommended servings of either fruits, vegetables, whole grains, dairy, or calcium-rich foods, which is exactly what they need. And we said it earlier, right? 45% of their bone mass is actually developed from the time they're 10 to 15 years of age. So why wouldn't you give them calcium-laden food to begin with, right? Okay, so yeah.
You know, Dawn, I'm quite curious about the remaining 30%. Whose teens are consuming the recommended daily servings of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. I sure want to learn from you how you manage to do it.
What are they doing right? They must be like Yashna, right? The parent who's
No, even as a nutritionist, trust me, I didn't always get it right.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Well, they probably live on a farm, I think. But good point, Diana. All right, so let's move on to question 2, all right? On to skipping meals, right? So does Jake skip any meals at all? And if so, which is the meal? Must think.
Generally not, but if I had to pick one.
Yeah, well, I'm very interested to see what they say.
Okay. I finish first.
Ooh.
What's that?
Breakfast! Both of them said breakfast.
Something right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't skip breakfast every day. It's just like sometimes, you know, I sleep in too late, and then after that, then I don't wake up in time to have breakfast.
So it becomes a brunch thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens in my household, especially during the weekends as well. Yeah, it's the only chance for them to sleep in. I won't ask them to wake up just to eat breakfast either. But yeah, they'll just have brunch.
Yeah, I know, right? It's quite weird, right? It's like, mommy has prepared breakfast, wake up. Because to be honest, they also need sleep.
Yes.
As much as they need nutrition, they need the body needs to rest.
Yeah.
And what does the body do when they sleep? I don't know. But it's a good thing, I know.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I can totally relate to Diana and Jake as well, because my teenagers are like that as well. So you know, on Fridays it starts already. They sleep late. Yeah, and then the next day, you know, we usually have brunch at least on one of the weekends as well, because they just wake up late, and I'm not going to wake them up just because it's time for breakfast. Yeah, so yeah, for me as well, breakfast is the meal that my teenagers will skip. Yeah. Okay, so it's not a crowd favorite in my family, but yeah, I do make sure that during the weekdays, school days, they have their breakfast. Yeah. Okay, so Yashna, do you want to share with us a little bit about that?
Okay,
Breakfast.
guys, breakfast is actually very important because it helps you re-energize after a long night of fasting. So yes, I completely understand. You know, if you've woken up late, you'll probably hit brunch versus breakfast time. But in times like that, when that does happen, you know, when meal skipping does take place, as a mom, it's very important to make sure that you provide snacks which are nutrient rich, or you provide a complete balanced nutrition supplement that provides the nutrients your child needs to support rapid teen growth spurt. That's important. You make up, like you said, right, earlier, that, you know, enjoy now, suffer later. So you suffer later, but maybe suffer with something that's fun, that's exciting, that's nutrient fortified. But the challenge, however, and I think this is something that all moms need to do, because, you know, a recent survey actually found that approximately 1 in 4 teens regularly skip meals, particularly breakfast. And it's not just breakfast, sometimes other meals are skipped too because of hectic academic pressure, hectic lifestyles. So it's a common thing, you just need to make up for it with nutrient-rich snacks.
Yeah. So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I'm amazed by the numbers as well. Yeah, hoping 25%. Yeah. So, but Yashna, can you also share with us, like because of the lack of nutrition in our teens' meals nowadays, how do we actually know that we're providing enough nutrition? They're skipping meals already. How do we know that we're providing enough nutrition, and how do you measure that?
Okay, so My Healthy Plate Singapore actually has laid down some very easy guidelines for kids, for teens, okay? On a regular day, teens are supposed to consume 5 to 7 servings of fruit and vegetables, 2 servings of fruit and 5 to 7 servings of whole grains, 2 servings of fruit and vegetables, 3 servings of meat and alternatives, of which 1 serving should be dairy or a calcium-containing food. Simply stated, this translates to about a quarter plateful of whole grains, a quarter plateful of meat and alternatives, and half a plateful of fruit and vegetables.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Yashna. I think a lot of parents don't consider, like, having this array of foods. I think most of us are considering what do they want to eat? What's going to appeal to them to make them just finish their food? Yeah.
Can I just ask my son for a response?
Yeah.
I'm making use of this opportunity to know my son a bit more. They do the roll eyes so well. Do again, roll eye. Okay, so we're looking at this full plate, right? So into quarters, what Miss Yashna has mentioned. What is your immediate thought when you see something like this?
Anything except the green part.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
honestly, when I put this on my children's plate, the green stuff ends off on the edges, and it's just decorating the rim of the plate as well, especially the young ones. So, I think it's a teen thing. It's a young child thing, isn't it, Yashna?
Definitely. I think greens are always skipped.
Yeah.
And that's why, I think in terms of food choices, meal skipping, when you take all of that into consideration, it's very important for mums to really step back and think about, what's the insurance policy here? How can I ensure that, I actually do provide the key nutrients children need as they keep growing? Okay. And one of the things you may want to do is, just for an insurance policy, you may want to consider a supplement.
Okay, that's a very good point, actually. Yeah, you still have to make sure that they get their nutrients in somewhere, somehow, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So let's move on to the last question for Jake and Diana. So last one, Diana, how would you? Okay, Jake has to answer this as well. So let's see whether your answer is the same as your mom's. On a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate Jake's efforts in trying to eat healthy? 1 being very low, 5 being high.
His own efforts, yeah?
Yeah.
Without mom's intervention?
No, his efforts. Yeah. How do you think he would rate healthy eating?
I gotta be really careful with this because it reflects on my upbringing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay, so yeah, right. Son,
So
just don't let that
how I
affect
should
you.
rate my own.
Yeah, like on a scale of 1 to 5, your efforts. Do you think you're not trying at all? 0. 5, I'm doing really. It's really important to me.
So this is without mom's help.
Without mom's help.
Okay, that's easy.
Whoa!
Okay, let's see the answer, shall we? Wow! Okay. Definitely live in the same household and spend a lot of time together and know each other very well. So yeah, it's insightful. Yeah.
Can I just add on why? I don't know about why you wrote 2, but actually, you know what? I don't want to be leading. I'll let the young man have his say first. Why don't you say why you wrote 2?
I don't know, like it's just maybe because mom is like, oh, eat your vegetables, but then when she's not there, suddenly, you can sneakily put your plate behind without anyone noticing that you didn't eat your veggies. Yeah, so yeah, I guess when she's not around, I don't really put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
You know, I would have put 1 upon 5, but I know that he's a good boy. So all the efforts that I have put in the earlier years of the life, I know that some of it will stick, and that for me is the incentive to not give up. I mean, for the portioning that Yashna was talking about, the servings, 1/4 this, 1/4 that, it's hard. but it is something that I need to remind myself again and again, this is what I must try, because it may not stick now. Hopefully when they're on their own in the future, it will stick. So I feed them not just for today, but I feed them for life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. So for my case as well, like, you know, when during this period when we're spending so much time at home, I actually find that I'm better able to impact them to eat healthier for my kids versus, you know, them going to school and then having their CCAs after, and then me not working from home as much. I don't have as much an impact on getting them to eat healthy like I am during these past couple of years, us staying at home more so than usual. So that being a role model in person, I find it's much easier. And I don't speak for myself actually. I think I'm speaking for a lot of moms when I say that, like being around and just being there with them, it does make a big difference. Yeah, being that role model. So yeah, that's it for the quiz. So who's the winner?
Hey,
What
I
do we
lost track.
Yeah, Diana! Diana's the winner! Team Diana! I said I was on your team. So, congrats,
Jake,
congrats.
do you
yeah.
agree?
Jake!
Do you agree that she won?
I want a rematch.
Yeah, you guys gotta do more quizzes together. So, what's the punishment?
Oh, what's
Oh
the
no. There goes my sleep.
Oh no!
I
So
can give
Jake's-
you a tip. You know,
Yeah.
my breakfast is not difficult. So in the night before, you just prepare first.
Yes.
Just prepare my bowl, everything, and tomorrow morning I do it myself.
Yeah.
But okay, good idea.
Actually,
Yeah.
breakfast is easier to prepare than the other meals, isn't it?
True,
Yeah,
true.
so much easier to steam fish lah, make soup lah, right?
Yeah,
I
fair
think.
enough. Yeah.
Depending on what part of the country, what part of the world we're in.
You are very convincing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, and we have a very clear winner, Mommy. So yeah, I guess Jake, you better get your gloves and your apron ready. Okay, so Diana, now that we're done with this fun little challenge, what was your biggest discovery?
Wow. Apart from the fact that my son can be quite straightforward on a public platform like this, I think my biggest discovery is that, well, when he's outside, actually I wouldn't say the biggest discovery, but he confirms what I suspect, which is like when he's out with his friends, they tend to make choices sometimes which may be convenient or fun or just get with the group, which I'm quite happy. I feel that when they're with their friends, they may stick out like a sore thumb. Occasionally, if you know everyone is having, say, I don't know, fast food, and you decide that no, I'm going to have steamed fish, that they may seem odd. So occasionally, I think they're okay.
Yeah.
But my strategy, like what Yashna has suggested, is that if I know that you had this, you know, every time you go out, I'll ask you what you eat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even when Dad takes them out and I'm working, I say, okay, what did you have? So that I know that for my next meal, I kind of need to make up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. So at least there's some balancing out, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what, no matter, I think most of us moms, we do make an effort to try to feed our kids healthier stuff. It's just whether the green stuff end up on the sides of the plate. it's there, but it just doesn't get consumed. Right? So how do we make it easier? We'll find out later. Okay. So I'm sure many of you actually agree that as moms, we do know more about, we think we do know more about our teens' diets than we actually do, right? So we now want to actually take a closer look at some of the interesting findings from a survey that Abbott did on those on teen nutrition, right? So they did it on 300 moms and 150 teens, okay? And so here's a quick question for you guys first, okay? Do you think our teens are currently getting enough nutrition to fuel their final growth spurt? So let's get that poll question out, and we want to hear your answers, right? So just click on the right answer there, and we'll just see what the majority of you think, all right? Because what we think may not be what's reality, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, I don't know how well I'm going to do in a quiz like Diana did, but I think it'll be interesting to hear what everybody's thoughts are. And you know, I think I would fairly say that we speak for the majority of moms. We're the typical kind of moms in Singapore, I think. Okay, so we do want to hear what you guys think as well. So do let us know your answers. Do you think our teens are currently getting enough nutrition to fuel their final growth spurt? Is it yes or no? Very simple answer. So let's see how many % of you actually said yes, how many of you actually said no. But what do you think, Diana? Yes or no? Do you think...
I hardly think so. I mean, one would imagine not. I'll be quite surprised if they were. But obviously, as a journalist, you know, then my next question is, if they are not getting enough, one, what can you do about it? Which Yashna has shared with us. We can consider nutritional supplements.
Yeah.
Then the other question is, if we're not, then are they harmed by it? To what extent are they harmed by it? But I think mummy is being kiasu a little bit.
Yeah.
We want to do our very best for them. So I think where we know it's lacking, and to the best of our ability, we try to support
Yes.
and to supplement, I guess, and to add on.
Yeah, I think just for my case, I do talk to the girls a lot, but of course, if they're too little, it's a bit harder for them to understand. If you have, you know, grandparents in the house, it's quite difficult as well. Yeah, but where we are right now, I think, you know, most of us, like I said earlier, we're spending more time at home with our children, with the teens. So there's a lot more interaction, and I think there's more opportunity for us to discuss about the food that they're taking as well. So yeah, take that opportunity and speak to them about the food also, not just about shows, but you know, their nutrition, right? So do we have the answer on you know, how many of you actually said yes and how many of you actually said no? Well, let's wait a little while more, okay? Because I think, you know, for most of us, we sit on the fence also.
Yep, I think the answer is in. Maybe we can
Is it
have a
in?
look at it.
Is it in? Yeah, all right, so let's see that answer. Most of you actually say no, you don't know whether your teens are actually getting enough nutrition, or we don't know whether, you know, the teens are actually eating well. So I think that conversation with them is actually something that we do need to consider more as parents, right? Okay, so yeah, let's move on. And yeah, sadly, the answer really is no. And this brings us to our first finding, the barriers that teens face in trying to eat healthy. So what are the top challenges that moms do face, right? 59% actually do say that they worry that their teens are not eating well when they're not around. I think that's, well, I think I agree with that as well. And 53% of you say that striking a balance between letting go of control over their teens' diets and empowering them as well to make their food choices, right? So yeah, I strongly agree with these answers, and it was a survey that was done by Abbott with quite a number of moms and quite a number of teens as well. So yes, moms actually are concerned that their teens are not eating well enough. When they're not around, they find it hard to let go of control, you know, and the challenges can differ, but moms actually want to empower their teens in nutrition, and teens say that they want to be empowered as well, right? So that's really good to know. So that's a really promising start, but don't you think, you know, there's a lot more that we can actually discuss about that as well. Now, how do we actually encourage you know, teens to be more empowered when it comes to their nutrition? So Diana, as a mom to a teen, do you agree that, you know, teenagers just don't like the taste of healthy food?
I think there is healthy food that we've made at home that they actually enjoy. Somehow, a lot to do with tofu. You guys seem to be okay with tofu. Egg is one protein dish that that goes out very well with them. So the challenge for me, I think we are spoiled for choice these days, because on the internet you just have to key in something and new recipes will come up. So I try to be as creative as possible. So if we are talking about, say, a nutritious breakfast, I try to think, wait, hang on a second, what do Japanese eat for breakfast that I can kind of like adapt and modify for them as well. So I think we are pretty lucky this way. Apart from that, yeah, it's a constant sort of like challenge to get them to eat something.
Well, yep. Hear it from a mom. Actually, I do agree with that also. It's a challenge to try to get them to eat healthy. All right, so I hope you guys have your pencils and your papers, or pens and papers ready, because we do have expert nutrition consultant Yashna, who's going to be sharing with us three tips that you can take home. Well, you're home already. 3 tips that you can use to help your teens eat healthier. So Yashna.
Okay, the first thing that you need to do, Diana, I think, you know, I've heard both you moms. I've heard your challenges, listened to the banter, and I think it's very important. I think we tend to forget that, you know, we are the role models. Our children are looking at us all the time. So, Jake, does your mom eat green vegetables? Does she relish them?
Well, I guess. I mean,
this afternoon.
I guess.
Oh, yeah. She was loving slurping down her vegetables.
No, what you had this afternoon? Come on. You forgot.
I had noodles.
Oh, right. Oh, the girls had mashed potato.
Okay.
Does that count?
That's a
one
carbohydrate. But did you
Okay.
balance it out? Did you add vegetables, whole
I usually
grains?
do. I usually do with some kind of green. Some kind of green, but today was exceptional. But yes, I usually do try to have some kind of green. Or even though they are fussy, they only eat certain types of vegetables. Is that okay?
But let's focus on you first.
Okay. Oh,
I
me
think
has.
as
Role model.
parents, I think the first thing moms need to do is to be a good role model.
Okay.
And when I say role model, you need to make healthy choices, not just at home, but also when you're eating out with the family.
Oh.
And when you're grocery shopping. So remember, if you pick a favorite treat that's fat-laden, sugar-laden, and has no nourishment, they're going to eat those biscuits that you pick up.
But can I have it once
So
in a while?
All treats are allowed. All treats are allowed once or twice a week.
Okay.
You can have it. And even over the course of the day, you do have an opportunity to actually balance out things. Okay? So first thing you need to do is to be a good role model. You must make healthy choices
Okay.
because your children are watching you.
Can I share with you a little victory I had
Yes,
last night?
you can.
I was so happy because my little one, because you were talking about how we are allowed treats, but maybe once or twice a week, right? So my youngest came to me and because he's watching TV, so she said, "May I please have ice cream?" And I was like, "Didn't you just have ice cream? Like, when was the last time you had ice cream?" She wisely chose not to answer. She said, "Oh, I forgot." So there are two ways I can look at it. One, it was so long ago she forgot. Two,
Okay.
she's trying to hedge her bets by not saying anything to mommy. So I said, no, I'm going to err on the side of caution. And I said, sweetie, ice cream is fine. I know you love it, but let's do it maybe like once a week. I know it's the school holidays, but I don't want to indulge you too much. So let's get a snack replacement. I was so happy. She said, fine, I'll have peanut butter toast. That's better, right?
I think what you're doing is fantastic because you're actually educating her as you negotiate with her.
Okay.
So
okay.
always look for opportunities as moms, always look for opportunities where you can actually educate them about making healthier choices.
Okay.
Okay. And another thing that you do need to do together that has, that one should do is schedule family meal time. This is important not just for the psychological health of the family, but it's also an opportunity for you to model healthy eating behavior. Remember, they're all watching you.
Okay, okay.
All your kids are watching you. 4 of your kids, 3 of your kids. So you need to eat healthy food. That's really important.
Okay.
Okay? And use that opportunity, the meal time as an opportunity to educate them about healthy eating habits.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to the next tip.
All right. Another thing that you must absolutely do is to involve them in your weekly meal planning and grocery list planning.
Oh.
This is super important, especially when they're teenagers, because I heard Jake and he said, I want to do what I want to do, right? So that usually happens. But if you involve them in the beginning, they won't pay attention.
Okay.
But you know what?
Okay.
If a favorite food is missing from the menu or a favorite snack is missing from the grocery cabinet, they will sit up and listen and they will start participating and make sure that you actually shop for the stuff they want you to shop for. Okay?
It's a great
In
tip.
addition, also remember, take the grocery shopping with you, teach them how to read labels so that they can make healthier food choices. I've seen, parents teach kids and kids start looking at sugar levels, fat levels, they make comparison, calorie comparisons, all that is important. Also on weekends, if you're looking for a fun activity, especially during COVID time, cook together as a family. Because the biggest advantage with cooking together is Jake will be more likely to eat what he cooks.
That is so
That
true.
is super
It's true.
important.
Yes, that is so true.
So that's actually a really, really good tip. And I think moms during the weekends when kids are at home, you should definitely do that together. What about the third tip, Rashna?
With meal skipping, poor food choices, I heard a lot of that. You don't like greens. The challenge that occurs is you may fall short of some key nutrients that are needed to support your growth spurt. Hence, it's very important to consume complete balanced nutrition supplements which provide the additional nutrients that you need to support growth spurt.
All right, so thank you so much, Yashna. What do you think, Diana, about the tips that Yashna shared?
Your tip number 2 was my biggest takeaway, I have to say. The fact that I should involve them in the meal planning and even grocery shopping. With the grocery shopping, I try on and off because my young man is a bit bigger now. And he's actually quite fabulous with helping mommy to carry bags and all that. But I used to involve the children when I went grocery shopping because I didn't want them to know that food appeared from nowhere. And it's always on the table. But it has to come from somewhere. It has to come from somewhere. But now you have given me wonderful reasons to get them involved. Remember there were a few times Daddy got you all involved in cooking. And then those occasions when you actually put the dinner together, how did you feel?
I felt like a sense of accomplishment because I was actually, by eating what I cooked, it was like reaping what you sow, like the rewards that you get for whatever hard work you put in.
Yeah.
Or did you just eat it because you cooked it?
Yeah.
Well, he was very proud.
Okay.
He would say, how
It
does
was
it taste?
pasta.
Kudos
Yeah, but
to
it's
you.
something. It's something.
I think that is definitely something that we can all try to do together with the kids. They really know what goes in. And that's exactly when they go to restaurants as well. They know what goes into those dishes as well. So I do hope that all of you have been paying attention all this while because we are going to give away the first set of prize. It's an Abbott hamper worth $140 for the correct answer to the winner in this chat, all right? So yeah, are you guys ready? I hope you're all listening, huh? Okay, now here's the question. During the 10 to 15-year-old period, it's the final chance for our teenagers to optimize their final growth spurt, and up to 2 times key nutrients are needed as well. Is it true or false? All right, it's just a simple answer, true or false, all right, to that sentence above. So get your answers in, and if you are the winner, do make sure that you're going to be writing in to the email that will come out later on. So make sure that you guys got your phones ready as well. If you're not as fast at writing down all these little notes, or if you're not as quick at writing, do make sure that you have your phones next to you. And if you didn't win this round during the giveaway, don't worry, we're going to give another prize later on. So do stay tuned, all right, and pay attention as well. Because in the meantime, if you do also have any questions, we also like you to just drop those questions into the Q&A box, and we'll be picking out some of these questions as well during the Q&A session. We will be answering them also. I'm sure you guys, after listening to what Yashna and Diana and myself have to share, you probably have a lot of burning questions in your mind right now. So yeah, just put them in the chat group, and we put them in the Q&A box, and some of these questions will actually be picked out, and we'll answer them in the Q&A section that will be at the end. Right? Again, stay tuned and make sure that you guys are going to be taking part in the giveaways that we have as well. All right, and so we are going to have Yashna share with us a recipe. So do make sure that you get your phones, do make sure that you guys have your paper, your pencil ready, because the recipe that's going to come up, actually she's got 2 to share today, right? The recipes that she has to share are actually very easy to put together, and they're ingredients that you can very easily find in the supermarket as well, right? Very quickly to prepare, very delicious. In fact, I've actually tried both of these recipes that she's prepared earlier on also. All right, so let's see what she has.
Okay, Jake, before we get started, I'd like to know, what are your 3 favorite snacks?
Well, I like sweet biscuits, those chewy candies, and the big chocolate bars.
You know what? When I step back and look at all your 3 favorite treats, all I can think of is sweet treats, which don't provide any nutrition. So I'm a little worried about how you're going to fuel that growth spurt that's taking place in your body right now. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to teach you how to make chewy oatmeal chocolate chip cookies and no-bake energy balls. They're 2 snacks which are nourishing, but they're not just nourishing. They will also satisfy your craving for sweet treats.
Yay.
And they're quick and easy to make. So don't just stand there.
Okay.
Come on, move here, because you're going to do all the cooking.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
So what I'm going to do now, okay, so Mom, he's going to be making these healthy, nutritious snacks for his sisters. Sisters, is it sisters?
2 girls.
2
yeah.
sisters. Okay, so you're going to be doing the cooking now.
Okay.
All right. So let's go through, let's focus on the chewy oatmeal chocolate. It's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Chewy oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Okay. Now, in order to make these cookies, we first start with wholesome ingredients like quick cooking oats. So why don't you add it into the bowl?
Okay. Okay.
So we have whole grain oats, and now we have whole wheat flour, and the flour has been mixed with baking soda and baking powder so that the cookie is not hard, it's soft.
Oh, that's good.
Okay? Because I know you like a chewy texture, so I kept that in mind. Okay. Now we've got wholesome ingredients, and we're going to fortify it. Okay? We're going to add in more nutrients in the form of a complete balanced nutrition supplement. This supplement includes nutrients which can support teen growth spurt. Okay, so let's add this in. So now we've got all the nourishment we need. Now let's add more of the fun stuff, which includes egg. Egg is a good source of protein, but besides that, we have sugar and oil in this. So this is more of a fun ingredient. So let's add this in.
The best part.
The best part is yet to come.
Wow, really? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So good.
Gula Melaka on ice kacang, now it looks like.
So that's sugar, egg, vanilla essence, and oil. And now the best part. Since you like chocolate, we'll give you a treat.
Can I add all?
Yes, you can add all.
Yay.
So we have chocolate chips.
Get all. Okay.
Okay, so now all you need to do is mix these ingredients together.
Oh, okay.
So get mixing.
Jake, 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 Jake.
Don't.
In the interest of time.
Yes.
Yes, Yashna.
Okay, in the interest of time,
Mummy to the rescue again.
Okay.
Okay.
this is what we have. This is what the mixture looks like. Okay, this is the dough for the chewy oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so this is the dough, and this is the prepared cooking tray, the baking tray, sorry. Okay, so you need to take a spoonful of the mixture, a heap spoonful of the mixture, and put it on the tray.
Oh, how did this go to this?
It's very easy. You just keep mixing it and it forms a dough. Okay, so you put it on a tray, and the tray that you need to prepare has to include a parchment paper. Okay? Now what you need to do is you need to flatten it out.
Oh, I just realized it doesn't contain any butter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
We used a healthy cooking oil.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay? So you flatten it out, shape it a little,
Wow, now it looks nice.
and that's it. And make sure it's a little thick, because remember you wanted a soft, thick cookie, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And maintain a distance of about 1 inch between the cookies to make sure to give the cookies space to expand if they do, which will happen.
Cookie distance.
Then all you need to do is pop this into the oven, okay? Pop this into the preheated oven at 190 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
And once
then
you do
voila.
that, this is what you get.
Ooh, that
Doesn't it look good?
that does look good.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you want to give it a try?
Okay. It'll taste good, right?
I want to know if it's teen approved.
Is it soft? It looks soft. I
Very
want.
soft.
I want. I'm going to break it out. Thank you, Yashna, for that.
Is it good? Is it teen approved?
It's definitely teen approved. That is
Awesome. So now
awesome.
he's going to be making these nutritious cookies, okay, with wholesome ingredients, and they're fortified because of the complete balanced nutrition supplement that you've added. Okay. So can you replace this with the crunchy cookies you consume, or replace the crunchy cookies you consume with this?
Sure, I will.
Awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next recipe, which
Okay.
is even easier.
I'm going to let you come
Okay.
around. We're going to stay here, or you want to move over?
I'll move over.
Yeah.
Okay. So now again, you start with a wholesome ingredient. For healthy cooking, always start with wholesome ingredients. We have oats,
Okay.
And the oats have been blended to a fine powder. Because remember, you're not cooking. There's no baking involved here to make the energy.
Actually, for me, that's
energy
a really
balls.
good thing. Right. Yeah.
No baking, no cooking, just mixing. Okay? And then again, we have the complete balanced nutrition supplement, a lot of it, so that you have the nutrients you need to support teen growth. And that's important. Remember, every snack counts when meals are skipped and poor choices are made. So let's add this.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll do that, yeah.
all right. And then, again, this is for enhancing. It's a tasty ingredient. It includes peanut butter. A lot of children like peanut butter. That has been mixed with olive oil.
Okay.
Okay, we don't use butter. We're using olive oil, which is a healthier oil.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
Can you scrape it in so that we use all the peanut butter? Okay.
It's so gluey. Okay.
All right. And now add your favorite ingredient, chocolate chips.
Chocolate chip. Okay.
Okay, so get mixing, Jake.
Okay.
Okay, so in the interest of time, Jake, this is what the mixture looks like once it's been mixed properly. Okay? Now it's a little runny. When you first mix it, you need to add it into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes so it thickens slightly.
Okay.
Okay? And once you have taken this out of the refrigerator, all you need to do you want to put on a glove?
Okay.
Thank you.
Is to take a spoonful of the mixture.
Come, I'll do it first.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is no bake.
No bake, that's it. Just roll it into a little ball, a nice round even ball. Then you put it into these cupcakes cases, okay? Just put it in.
It's okay. Your weirdly
Ball is a weird
oddly
Yeah, yeah.
shaped.
Do you want to
It's
use
okay,
another
it's okay,
glove?
it's okay.
Yeah?
Just put it down. Yeah.
Okay, so just put it in.
You reap what you sow, remember?
Yeah. And then all you need to do is to refrigerate it. And that's it.
Okay.
So now would you like to try
Okay,
an
you ready?
energy ball?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me help you. Is it this way?
Ooh. Okay.
Would you like to try one, Diana?
Yep. Okay. Let's see.
So is this teen approved?
Definitely.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Oh, awesome. So now you have it.
It's very chocolatey.
Quick and easy recipes that include wholesome ingredients. They are fortified, okay, because of the complete balanced nutrition supplements we're using. And then you have the great tasting ingredients. You have things like chocolate chips, which can actually satisfy your craving for sweet treats.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Yashna, for your sharing. It's pretty. I mean, like, I think it's tasty, and it's definitely something that we can
Make it.
try. Yeah, the girls, your sisters like to do it. Sometimes I'll get the girls to involve you.
So you can cook with them. You can lead the cooking now that you've learned these two interesting recipes, right?
I'm interested to see how my version of this will work out when I do it at home.
It's super easy. Honestly, all you need to do is to mix everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so thank you so much, Yashna and Diana and Jake, for making all those yummy snacks right next to me because I can totally smell it. So I'm going to make my kids try out these recipes with me this weekend, all right? Looks really easy, especially the second recipe where it's no bake at all. And I really love peanut butter, so that's definitely something that I want to try. And if you missed out that recipe earlier, don't worry. You can actually go to the Facebook page and you'll be able to find it on the Asian Parents Facebook page. Actually, you'll be able to find the recipe there, and then just go pick it out, try it out with your kids the next time you have a little bit of a sweet craving, right? So we do have a surprise giveaway coming up soon, so I need you guys to stay tuned. keep your ears open, keep your eyes peeled. But now let's just move on to this next segment, which I think many of you have been waiting for. That is the expert Q&A segment, all right? All those burning questions are going to be asked here. So let's see the first question that we have, right? Now, my son is a very picky eater, and it's very hard for me to get him to eat vegetables, fruits, or even nuts. Will this impact his health, and do you have any advice? Yarshana, I think this question is directed at you.
Okay, when it comes to fruits and vegetables are an important source of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. And nuts are an important source of protein, fiber, and some minerals. Now, when these food are missing from the diet, it is likely that the nutrition profile of the diet may be compromised, and this may adversely impact growth spurt if these food are skipped on a regular basis. So it is important to try and squeeze in, for mums to actually try and fit in these food into children's diets as much as possible. Diana, do you have some tips in terms of picky eating? What do you do when your children don't eat vegetables?
So when the kids were really, really young, when they were toddlers, I did what a lot of moms did, and that is to hide the vegetables. So for example, I know that they would drink pumpkin soup, the big reveal. So they want to eat sweet potatoes, so I would add sweet potatoes into the pumpkin soup, and it's all sweet anyway. Occasionally they might say, how come the taste is a bit funny? But I'm like, no, it's the same pumpkin. So I used to hide the vegetables, but now I guess now that they're bigger, I want them to be able to enjoy their food as well. So I'm lucky because my kids like cheese. So for example, if they eat cauliflower, what I do is look at different sorts of recipes for cauliflower. And I stir fry my cauliflower, I do mashed cauliflower, which to me is amazing. My kids are not so hot, but to me, mashed cauliflower is like the best thing in the world. And also I do baked cauliflower and plenty of cheese on top. So the cheese kind of makes them think that it's okay, I'll just focus on the taste of the cheese.
Oh, good. That's excellent.
Actually,
advice.
I do the same thing, except mine is with broccoli. So yeah, mac and cheese and broccoli was how I got them to start eating broccoli. And now they love it. They will actually ask for vegetables. So it's a very different scene from, pre-COVID times when they would go to grandma's house and then they would just eat whatever they want. If it's spaghetti at every meal, they'd be the happiest people on earth, but the most unhealthy as well. But yeah, ever since, they started eating at home and I was able to monitor what they eat, they started loving green vegetables a lot more.
I have to jump in and say that this whole HBL, home-based learning, and circuit breaker and all that, one of the good things that I find that came out of it is the fact that mommy can control a bit more of what they put inside their bodies.
Yeah, so true. Right. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, Yarshana. And let's move on to the next question, right? My son is very stubborn and will not eat his vegetables. Again, he prefers unhealthy food such as fried foods, and I've bought vitamin supplements for him, but he still refuses to take them as well. What can I do?
When it comes to fried food, everyone loves them and they can be consumed once in a while. Once in a while, Jigs, not every day, okay? So once in a while, you can once or twice a week. It's fine to consume fried food. Or as mums, as we discussed earlier, you can even create kind of a healthy balance over the course of the day, okay? By providing a low-fat meal. The next meal can be a low-fat, maybe a soupy noodle, but whole grain noodles with vegetables and some meat or chicken, whatever you prefer. But fried food should never replace vegetables. Remember, vegetables are an important source of very valuable nutrients. And these nutrients actually support growth spurt, okay? And in terms of vitamin supplements, I think the biggest challenge is because it's not a food, it's difficult to consume. So it may be important to actually consider the inclusion of a complete balanced nutrition supplement that can be consumed, maybe at tea time. It's provided at tea time and it becomes a habit. And it provides all the key nutrients your child needs.
Yeah.
Can I play the devil's advocate and ask you, what if my kids like, tempura? In tempura, you get deep fried vegetables.
Yes.
I mean, when you deep fry anything, chances are they're going to taste pretty good. So what about deep fried vegetables?
Again, it boils back to the same thing that I mentioned earlier, create a balance over the course of the day. Fried tempura, that means, at dinner time, means your meal has to be a lighter meal at lunchtime.
Oh,
So just create a healthy balance over the course of the day.
Okay,
That should be
balance.
your mantra.
Okay,
But
balance,
I think
balance,
something
balance.
that Yashna taught us as well was to find healthy alternatives to prepare the food as well. So like, you know, her using the healthy ingredients, whole meal kind of ingredients instead of just plain white flour is a healthy option. What I actually tried air frying some of the you know, commonly deep fried stuff. So like, you know, the nuggets, instead of deep frying it, I air fry it. Is it a much healthier option?
Excellent option.
Okay. I'm
Air
doing well.
frying is an option for your tempura too.
Okay, okay.
That's like creating a healthy balance, you know. Still give them the same crispy, crunchy taste, but with less oil.
Okay.
I didn't know you could air fry tempura, but I'm definitely going to try that.
Try it. Definitely try it.
Cool. All right. So we do have another question that has been collected from the series of questions that you guys put into the chat box. Last one. My family is vegetarian by choice, but I'm concerned about the nutritional deficiencies for my growing child. What do you suggest?
A healthy, balanced vegetarian diet that includes whole grains, fruit, vegetables, dairy, and meat alternatives like tofu, tauqua, tempeh, lentils, beans, and peas provides all the nutrients your child needs to support teen growth spurt. The only challenge is that if you know, a meal is skipped, or if food choices are poor choices and they are not wholesome, then you may want to consider the inclusion of a nutrient fortified snack, something like we just made, or you may also want to consider the inclusion of a complete balanced nutrition supplement.
Yeah. So I think it's something that we parents have to consider a lot. You know, supplementing our teenagers' diets. Yeah, because they're skipping meals, because they're making not so good choices. You know, for whatever reason, we shouldn't forget that this is really a very important stage of their development. And you may miss it out. You know, once they become adults, they probably are not in the same household as much anymore. We can't really help them. In fact, they've gone past that window of opportunity for them to maximize on that growth spurt. So I think it's something that, you know, even myself, I didn't know so much about till now with this talk show. So very insightful. Thank you so much, Yashna. Thank you so much, Diana, as well, for the input. And yeah, you know, we do have a very exciting part right now of this talk show that we have tonight with you guys. It's the last giveaway, right? So thank you for staying with us all this while. In fact, we do have a few of you who are going to be able to win an Abbott hamper each worth $140. Now, those of you who are still here with us, it's very simple. You've been added into this giveaway opportunity. All right, so all the participants' names have been put in, and those of you who have won earlier, please make sure that you know, your names are also going to come out. So please make sure that you do reach out to the email. Do reach out by sending an email to campaign@tickled.media.com. And yeah, we do have the names of the winners. Congratulations!
Yay!
Yeah! All right, so Roslyn, Wendy Chin, Aisha Wang, and JY. All right, congrats on being the winners of these $140 Abbott hampers. All right, so do make sure that you send that email in, and I hope that you enjoy your prize, and you know, make sure that you're actually using it as well. Don't just put it at one side, okay? So thank you so much, you guys. It's a very fruitful and informative discussion that we had this evening with Diana, Jake, and Yashna. So I've learned so much from every single one of them, actually. And I always knew that teenage nutrition was important, but I've learned even more tonight. And this helps me to empower my teenage daughters to be independent and more confident in their choices as well, in their food choices, right? So Diana, what about your thoughts from tonight?
Well, I think we all need cheerleaders. So I'm very grateful for an event like today's webinar, because sometimes the going really gets tough. And not that the kids don't appreciate. Sometimes I think they're just being kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's all try to work even harder together and be role models, stressful as it is.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's super, super important.
And then what about you, Jake? What's your takeaway from this evening?
I thought that like healthy food automatically meant like not really nice tasting food. But from what we did just now, I realized that you can make healthy snacks taste good by substituting some of the things for healthier ingredients. So I think that's the biggest takeaway from this, because I'm able to eat more healthily whereas I'm not losing out on any of the like tasty things that I used to eat. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Yes.
I'm glad you learned so much, Jake.
Eating healthy does actually mean you can eat good tasting food as well. It's not necessarily compromising on flavor, isn't it? As what I've tried from Yashna's recipe. It's really good, by the way. You should try it too. So, you know, for those of you who have been staying here with us all this while, one more little bonus for you guys. The QR code that's coming out now, please scan it because you're going to be redeeming an exclusive voucher thanks to Abbott. And just make sure that you're also telling your friends to you know, tune in to these good tips that you've all learned from tonight and share it with them. You know the 2 times more nutritional requirement that teenagers need. I really didn't know that. I thought it was only from the very early years, right? So pretty mind blowing, right? But yes, if you have friends who have teenagers in the family, do make sure that they're aware of that as well. And if supplementation is needed, to give it to them, right? Don't miss out on that window. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for joining myself, Yashna, Diana, and Jake for tonight's webinar, for tonight's talk show. Thank you to Abbott as well as the Asian Parent for organizing such an informative webinar for us as well. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a very good rest of the week ahead. Good night. Bye.
Bye.